we got some hot and new news about the game Poppy Playtime. There are a few new trailers and teasers. Maybe they are talking about the new secret game ARG. Maybe not. We really don't know yet. Maybe the name of a new Poppy Playtime game just came out. For sure, we will take more about it later. There are some deleted things and storyboards and a new story map for chapter 3 that are really interesting. It shows that some characters were supposed to be home type and their places were going to change. Their designs were also very different. Also, there are many new things to buy, like merch. So, let's not wait more and go to the video. We start with the new trademarks. We all know that a trademark is something that shows us new names and things like that. The same thing happened last year in chapter 4, but it's not a big or special thing like what happened in chapter 4. Half of the trademarks that got updated are just about old characters like Piggy and all the smiling and nightmare creatures. They are updating them for a new release or for merch, like shirts or for video games, etc. There are also other characters like Dr. Harley Sawyer for t-shirts, hoodie, and the usual merch things. You know, it's what they always do. If you want to see the trademarks yourself, you can just search Mob Entertainment Trademarks, because it's really good info. If you find something secret, tell me in the comment. Really interesting thing that everyone is talking about is a new name called Poppy Play Park. This name is registered in the downloadable game software section. This means it is going to be a game. So, of course, this made a lot of rumors and theories that maybe we will get a new Poppy Playtime game. I think this is really possible because in my last video I said maybe a new 8-bit game is coming. We had a lot of info about it, and we even saw they are hiring people to make a game like this. Now with this trademark, it really looks like they are working on a new game. This is probably the name of that 8-bit game I talked about in the last news video. But sadly, only time will tell if it's really that or just a small side game or a big new game. But I think it's the same park we saw in the poster in chapter 3. For a while I thought that park was for one of the next chapters, but I really hope this game will be awesome. Please subscribe and stay with us, because when there is new news about that game, we will make a full video about it. There are some other trademarks too, like for Prototype and a few others. But what I think is really cool is that the Nightmare Creatures also got some new trademarks, like cement smokes for t-shirts, hoodies and things like that. But not just these. The soft dolls that are filled, the plush toys and stuffed animals also have trademarks now. Misty Light also had things like hoodies, t-shirts and other merch that got trademarks, and even plastic characters, figures and action figures are now registered as trademarks. So maybe finally some new Misty Light merch is coming. Maybe the Nightmare Creatures will finally have plush dolls for the first time, because even Bob Chops got a trademark for plush toys. But you know, they usually do these things for safety, so don't get too excited that this merch will come out very soon. But because we are waiting, we hope they are planning for it. Let's go to the new trailers and teasers and these things. About a week ago, Mob Entertainment published a new trailer that only had Huggy in it. This trailer was really the simplest thing you can imagine. It was just a trailer talking about Poppy Playtime and also Mob Entertainment as a channel. But at the end, it showed some numbers and words that were very confusing. Like, why should something like this be at the end of the trailer at all? But with YouTube compression, the words are almost impossible to read. But we still don't know if this is important or not. Mob also put out some new Easter discounts, like they told you that for a short time you can get the spring pack, you can get all the chapters with about 35% off. For a short time, they also put out a new render picture of Huggy Wuggy that looks like Bunny Wuggy. It's like a mix of Bunzo and Huggy Wuggy, and many people say this can be a great skin for Project Playtime, and they could easily make it a skin for that game with a small update. I think they should really do this. It was a good move, and it showed if people still care about that project or not. But anyway, this render is really cool. I really like it, and it's very nice. But one thing I think is interesting in this trailer is that before showing anything, it shows something like Doey Play-Doh. It's clear that it's Play-Doh because you can see finger marks on it, and its texture is the same. It really looks like Doey things, but the colors are different. It's green and pink. I just want to say this. Imagine Chapter 5 has something called Miss Doey, just like Mommy Longlegs and Daddy Longlegs. And Huggy Wuggy has Kissy Missy. Imagine they really made a girl version that was cancelled or put aside, and we see it in Chapter 5. I'm just guessing. But if something like this is real, it's really crazy. But why did they use this as the background? The color of Doey really fits it. But I really don't know what they are trying to say. If there is really something behind it, it will be very cool. But they put out another trailer too, because right now they are doing this a lot. This trailer was about chapter 1 to 4 of Poppy Playtime and showed that it is available on platforms like Steam and consoles and Play Store. But chapter 4 is still not on consoles and Android yet. This trailer is just a general summary of the whole game. In one of the glitchy scenes, as you can see, thanks to the Huggy Wuggy account on Twitter, we see a glitchy frame that shows the same puppy picture we saw in the last trailer. But this time, it's kind of glitchy and broken, which is interesting. I don't think it's something really big or new, but for sure, it's cool. But there is something else. The ARG website for chapter 5 is gone now. And from what we know about ARGs, usually when they want to make a new site, they close the old one. That's what they did in FNAF Security Breach, and now they're doing the same in Secret of the Mimic. So maybe a new ARG is coming for the new game called Playpark, or maybe for chapter 5, and they are getting ready for it now. I don't think it's for chapter 5. I think they are preparing for a new ARG for something special, or maybe an AR, augmented reality ARG, to give a small teaser for chapter 5 or Playpark. Whatever it is, I hope it will be really cool. But we should look at these things with doubt, because none of this is official yet. For now, it's just guess. But another cool thing about the whole trailer is that one user on Twitter said you can see Prototype's hands in the background, and it's really cool. If you look at the thumbnail now, you can kind of see the Prototype hands, which I think is a cool detail. Now let's go to some designs that were made for chapter 3 but got cancelled. Scott Foster put out some very interesting design. One of them is picture of broken Huggy Wuggy that looks really nice. I really love how it looks. There's also a deleted scene for chapter 3 where Catnap, or its monster version, is standing in the background like one of the Scooby-Doo monsters. It's really funny. There are a few more pictures of smiling creatures and their design, but then there was a full storyboard for chapter 3 that was more than 140 pages. It had many different pictures from the story and scenes of chapter 3. The early version showed the names of smiling creatures. They were going to be called cute colorful creatures or something like that. And there were many cool details like chicks that were smiling. Baba Finn also had a small raindrop, and it was really interesting to see how they were going to be. You can even see Crafty Corn and how they all looked. Their designs were very special and interesting. Even their walkie-talkie had a head shape like Mommy Long Legs. There are some pictures from the lab and the jail too. we see the full statue of Eli Ludwig with his face for the first time. But don't think these are official, because they were only in the storyboard and not in the final game. We also see a bit of the chase scene, which kind of looks like Doey's face. I want to say, I think that is just a symbol of the soul. And of course, we can see the happy room, which has Nightmare Huggy in it. But again, it's the same Nightmare Huggy Wuggy style. There are a few pictures from the toy store, the shop that sadly was deleted. We can see some pictures, it kind of shows prototype reaching out with Catnap's brains connected to it, which was the main area of the temple or special place in the story. That's why it's really cool to see its picture. And you can also see Prototype's hands reaching out. So maybe we were supposed to meet Prototype in chapter 3, which is a crazy thought. There are a few more pictures of the toy box, which looks like a small toy shop and is really well designed. There are also some pictures of Misty Light and how it looked at first. There are some pictures of the play area, and instead of just smiling critters, there were many different toys from Playtime Co. I think this was really interesting. There are a few pictures from the dream scene, which also looks very cool. But beside these, there is nothing special, just one last picture that shows Catnap's death. It looks like a robot game. It looks like Catnap is a robot, which shows Catnap was supposed to be a robot inside, not just full of bones and real body parts, which is an interesting change, but still very cool. Now, if we want to talk about merch, we should thank the Japan pop-up shop and also this Twitter user, because we got to see new merch like different keychains and pins. Of course, they are from all the chapter 4 characters, even the Small Nightmare, Huggy, or its broken version, and these pins are really cute. I want them myself, but sadly they are only for Japan. That's really bad. Sadly, the only way to buy them is probably just eBay. But seeing this new Japanese merch with stickers and other things is really cool. This Twitter user also posts some other stickers and things like glowing bottle that you can get. In short, these were really cool. I really love their designs, and all of them, especially Huggy Wuggy, the smiling critters, and even Mommy Longlegs are all designed so well. So this was the end of the video. You can tell me in the comments what do you think about this news video. What do you think about all the new trademarks and also the deleted content from chapter 3. Also tell me if you think a new ARG is coming or not. Or if you think a brand new game will come out soon, or maybe they are just registering these things to use after chapter 5. You can tell me all of this in the comments. And thanks for watching. The video is over. Stay tuned. Good luck.